Welcome. In front of me I have the KBEAR KB02 IEMs, and this video will just be a very quick and kind of simple review of them after using them for about a week or so. So if you never used IEMs before, they are basically always wired kind of like headphones, or maybe not headphones, earbuds, but are detachable. So you can see you can detach this, and the benefit of them is the sound quality that they have compared to like the typical traditional crappy earbuds that you might have with your phone. These will sound significantly better, and these do sound better even with the crappy devices I have. Now let me explain what I mean by that. So IEMs do most of the time need a bit more oomph to be driven correctly or fully. So some of them might sound very flat and uninteresting when plugging it into your phone or something like that. As an example, me plugging it into my old Huawei Mate 20 Pro with a USB-C cable and a headphone jack gets me a pretty decent result. They're not gonna completely blow you away, just because not the earbuds themselves are bad, but because the amp or DAC, whatever it's in here, is just garbage. Phones uniformly have absolute garbage as whatever system to drive earbuds that are wired nowadays, or before as well. And there is, I think, only like one decent phone, which was like the old LG, I don't exactly remember, like V30 I think it was, that had a pretty decent one that could drive most IEMs no problem. Phones like that, not so much, especially through USB-C. Furthermore, something like my Samsung right here, S25, even with this, for some reason it doesn't even detect any kind of sound that, through plugged in one. I think it might be the fault of this, to be completely honest, as it's just Samsung and it has problems with the USB Type-C, which is a universal port, but not for Samsung. So that being said, they work fantastically. One of the best things that I have been using them for is for VR, specifically with my Quest 3. Quest 3 doesn't really have too great of a kind of sound, and previously I did use also IEMs with it, but the Quest itself had, like I mentioned and explained, pretty garbage system to drive headphones, and the ones that I bought were just a little bit too much for it to drive, where it was crackling and just sounding bad, incorrectly even, I would say. And not incorrectly as in, oh, it's just too flat or something like that. Incorrectly as in the sound, for instance, specific frequencies weren't played at all for some reason. These, on the other hand side, did not have such a problem. So when I plugged them in, and they actually sounded better than I expected on Quest, which actually made me just kind of use them almost all the time. The only downside here was the cable. At least that's a downside of a personal preference. The plug is just straight in, so it does kind of stick out a little bit too much from a headset. So I do prefer to have like a 90-degree, and unfortunately I don't have any other cable that I can replace this one with. And talking about a cable, the cable that comes with these IEMs is actually pretty good. I have no problem with it. It is twisted, as you can see. It's not unraveling or anything like that. The plastic wrap right here around the ear also holds no problem, so no problems with the cable whatsoever. It does feel pretty nice, much better than what I have with my other IEMs. Even though they do have a 90-degree, it doesn't feel as nice. This one has a nice little metal portions right here and next to the IEMs with the labels on them, so it just looks and feels much more premium. And I do want to point out the premium part, because these IEMs aren't expensive. They are just about like $20, something along those lines. So they are very affordable and they do sound very good. The only thing that I didn't really check, which probably if you are interested in IEMs you might be interested in because of that, would be the spatial kind of sound for gaming specifically. I haven't really done that much gaming with these, so I cannot give you my thoughts on that one. But for music, they sound pretty good. So anyway, that basically sums it up. So one actually, one last thing that I wanted to point out is the design, because they do have a very nice looking design with the hand polished kind of surface right here, and the colors right here. Now on the box it looks a little bit different, more bluish, obviously, blue purple kind of hue to it. This one is more kind of like this cream color, so it leads me to believe that different earbuds, or not earbuds, but different IEMs, the same type ones, might have different designs, as these just might all be kind of produced individually and have different kind of whatever paint or whatever that is, kind of smears. So in your case this might look completely different than it does for me, and it does look nice. I do like the design right here, and I wanted to point it out. And it's also nice and smooth. It is supposedly hand polished, as it's kind of mentioned right here. So yeah, that's one more thing when talking about the hand polish and whatever. After using it for about a week and just kind of moving it around, I don't really see much of a scratches on here. So it seems like the glossy look to it, the polished look, is just holding up no problem. So there we go. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.